Yes, yes. The boys are back for a scary, witchingly episode of Knock 'em Out the
Woo!
Box. You are tuned in to Knock 'em Out the Box. This is episode 176. Am I correct there? Am I off?
You're correct.
176.
176.
Is that El Diablo we
El
have?
Diablo has taken over for the left, right, left kid. We have El Bren Diablo sitting in
That's right,
right
guys.
now.
I had some face paint on Saturday night, and it permanently disfigured me. So this is what I look like now.
Listen, this guy sends me a picture. He's dressed up as the Tin Man. He's drinking a beer through the mask.
No, come on.
Oh, Pellegrino.
It's a little
Oh,
cold,
Ming
That's a little lame to be like the devil and you're drinking
with a
Pellegrino.
agreed.
Listen,
He needs like a Colt
guys.
45.
There's a lot of
Like, what's
misconceptions
worse,
about me, all
Billy?
right?
Like a Cokie
I'm not
9?
so bad, okay? Listen, I serve a purpose, but one of the purposes is self-preservation. I stay hydrated, okay? It's hot down here, all right? Guy
This
can't have a
demon.
drink. Guy can't have a glass of
So,
Pellegrino. I mean, come on.
You're saying that it's your obligation as a demon to stay in good shape.
Yeah, demon's got a demon.
Understood. An out of shape demon. What purpose are they serving? They're too lazy to
Precisely.
get up. Right.
The most important thing is staying hydrated in life. Okay, it's how. Listen, this moneymaker right here, right? It doesn't got to keep it nice.
The left, right, left kid, Mr. Brendan Long, Irish Billy is in the building as well this
Hello.
week. Look, we need to get this Billy Billions back on
Been a little distracted.
well, it's not just life distractions, it's also sort of a big fight.
Right.
I
need a little excitement,
Yeah, and there's not a big card with big names for a few weeks,
Yeah.
There's money to make this upcoming weekend. There was money to make this past weekend, but it's funner for everyone involved where it's names that people understand and they can get involved. And a lot of our listeners will write in and be like, "Oh, I took that bet too." You know what I mean? And they're less inclined to do so. Billy, I'm not sure if you remember me saying this because you do other work sometimes while we're recording, but the UK card with Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley as the two guys who, you're part of a boxing show and you probably vaguely know one or two of their names vaguely.
Right.
Was $59.99 in the US. So
Crazy.
it's really not difficult to say, well, like, why isn't Billy like more into this?
Well, listen, it's
yes, Bren Diablo.
There's really only two names on the card too. It's not like it was some stat card, where
well, that becomes the other thing when we read that it was a pay-per-view. When we heard it was a pay-per-view, we didn't hear the full card yet. I said, if they stack it, I'm still gonna roll my eyes, but at least,
I think it's pretty evil and demonic to do something like that.
Do you think it landing a week, 6 days away from Halloween is very apropos?
It's on brand.
It's on brand.
Hey, do they celebrate Halloween anywhere else? Is it like a thing?
Yeah, it's to different degrees of kids caring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely different to different degrees of giving a shit. But
do
it's
45-year-old men do their job in a plastic demon mask?
Billy does.
Well,
well,
I'm a little upset I didn't prepare correctly. Maybe
Yeah,
next episode.
You'll be up to something on either Thursday on air for us or Friday with the kids. Now, are you and your wife going to have to dress up on Friday, Bill?
Yeah, but it's like go in the bin I have of
gimmick something together.
past, Halloweens.
Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Put that mask back on.
Put that mask back on.
It was me the whole time.
The Pellegrino gave you away.
Oh, okay.
It was
all right.
Yeah.
Woo. Sorry, guys. Sometimes the paint from the mask, it gets into my brain.
Mhm,
It makes me a
mhm.
little crazy.
Brendo, when you take the girls out, you guys got to throw something on, or you just
When we actually do the trick or treating with the kids around the
yeah,
neighborhood,
yeah.
I'm gonna wear that mask.
Hmm.
But yeah, I tend to just kind of be me,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so that the people at the house are like, all right, it's not like when we were kids, like trick or treat. The parents go with the kids till they're like 15.
yeah.
Brendan, do you pack like a roller with some beers in there?
Oh, there's roadies.
Oh
There's
yeah,
roadies
baby.
the
Throw
whole way.
sodas.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
it's
never
dude,
went
A little
out.
flask action.
bro. It's
My
first.
mother or father never took me out for two things. I have older brothers when I was really little, and then all of my friends were always older. Always.
I
So
never. I think. I mean, I'm talking maybe as old as. By the time I was Mia's age, I was like, no, I'm going out on my own. I had
yeah,
the soccer flour, I had
yeah,
shaving cream, I had
yeah.
eggs. Never really did toilet paper. I never understood it. Seemed like a lot of effort.
I still
Uh,
don't get toilet paper now. I'm like
no,
TP.
no, I'm not doing that.
I like
We
a
were
nice egg.
love eggs. I used to buy eggs way ahead of time too, stash them.
Ah,
Because
so they're
remember when it
all
got close though, they
yeah,
wouldn't sell you eggs.
yeah. Of course.
No, we would buy them like you'd stock up about 6 weeks ahead of time. And then yes, they get a little rotten.
So they're filming where Pablo's aunt.
So rude.
Pablo's aunt had a video um camera, like the big ones that you wear on your shoulder.
Yeah.
When like it was still like people didn't have them like that. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
weren't a
yeah.
millionaire, but like, yo,
Yeah.
they have a video camera.
Yeah. And everyone went like this in the camera.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I throw like a fucking Mitch Williams, a 93 Mitch Williams fastball while he's filming me. It it goes through the bay window of the house I was hitting. Not only do you hear the window explode, you hear the of the people in the house clear as day on a 33-year-old videotape.
And did you beat feet at that point? What'd you
We
do?
jump into P's whip and peel away, and it
Oh,
all
you were of driving age.
yeah. No, I
Oh,
wasn't. P was. So he's 5 years
gotcha.
old. Pablo's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
So Jan was the first one. Jan was such a good kid. Like menaces like us don't get the fucking the license like when you turn legal age because we were a menace.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you were 16 years old with a license?
100%.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. So
100%.
Jan was
I
like
need my freedom.
16 with a license. So he's a year older than me. Pablo had it. So when I was in 10th grade, my closest friend had a whip and a car.
Yeah.
So that's like fairly early, maybe a year or two before everyone. Maybe
Gotcha.
not, maybe not. But yeah,
I had an 82 Cutlass Supreme Primer Gray.
I think
That's what I
Pease
had.
was a blue Cutlass Supreme, and I think Jan's parents had like a Blazer and then a Cutlass Supreme.
Like a hand-me-down.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
would just let him use Jan was such a good kid, bro. Like straight A honor roll
Nah,
student.
I had my own shit.
I'm surprised at you because you're a menace
I had my own.
that
I
they
had
would
that.
even allow that.
I had my own shit, man. I always had my own shit of all kinds of stuff.
That's how
'Cause-
my brothers were.
yeah, I had my own shit.
They would work. They work.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I got to get mine the fast way, the ski mask way. There's no way I'm working a job.
yeah.
There's
I,
no way.
I had mad jobs.
A really good hustle I had was selling fake acid tabs to ravers because
Love it.
now everyone on this line knows that like bad move is like burning people for drugs. You know what I mean? Like forget a beat down, you'll just get chipped. You'll get killed for that. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, these ravers like aren't really, I don't look at them as
Yeah, they're not gonna get you.
a viable threat. Now, I'm not saying like you can't get got by anyone, a nerd could get you. But I
They're not.
remember the first night we had this bright idea. say like I was getting rid of some of them at like 8 or 9 at night. At like 1 a.m., people were coming up like, yo, you are the illest acid. And I was like, this is going to be very profitable.
Yeah.
And they were cut up. Remember, beat like flyers for shows.
Yeah.
I would just cut show flyers.
And what? Just give him that. What'd you say
Yeah,
was on it? Did you put anything?
blotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna self-incriminate on this show. I ain't saying shit.
I don't think that is it illegal to sell a fake drug?
Yes.
Is it?
Mhm.
I just made all that up for
Yeah.
this Billy's
This
Entertainment.
is
I think the statute of limitations has
this
passed.
is
Statute.
embellishing.
Statute. I thought it was a statue.
Statute.
Yes, there's a statute of
Statute of
limit.
limitations.
I'm submitting this.
He's
You're
gonna hold.
turning heel on
Whoa.
your client.
Another run in.
Another run in. 2 weeks in a
Mhm.
row.
Oh, I thought that was a
Mhm.
I thought that was a poltergeist.
It might be. Guys, it's a poltergeist. Should we get into some news, boys?
There's a lot of it.
Yes.
There's a bunch of news. Yeah, B. I have a lot, so if I miss something, make sure, I think I got everything, but unless you know something on the ducky. All right, let's start off. Floyd Schofield versus Jojo Diaz is off the Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin undercard after Schofield sustained a grade 2 sprain to his right wrist along with minor ligament damage. This kid, Brendo, either has bad luck or is this part 2 of blaming someone for poisoning him? I mean, this seems pretty specific, so I'm not as inclined to say my radar or my antenna are up.
So I'm looking up. Grade 2 wrist sprain is a moderate injury involving a partial tear of the ligaments. So that's what deems it
Right.
grade 2. I love how like when they describe it in these articles, like no, grade 2 means partial tear.
Right. Brendo, would it be talking out the side of my mouth to say a stoppage win over Tevin Farmer is the biggest thing he's done so far?
I think that it's unquestionable.
Yeah, you got to come right back off that. So
Yeah.
this is unfortunate, in my opinion.
Very much so. Even though I
because
felt like this was a step back with Jojo Diaz,
I know
think
you
Tevin
did.
Farmer's better than him.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I was okay with it. I told you before. The draw against Pro Gray in a fun fight, and he is still a name. I think someone of the quality or shop one without a name would be a step back. But after a fight of the year type fight, I know you think he's washed and Regis is washed. Why when that fight got made, I said, B, but that could be fun. And you were like, I still don't care. And there's an angle where you were right about that because we did basically a whole episode about stakes last
Right.
week.
Yeah.
And that is, okay, let's say this is a fun fight. What are the stakes for Regis Prograis, Jojo Diaz? Who wins, who loses, who draws? What is the upside of
for them? Both of them were like, I need a title shot now, and
correct?
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
guys.
Well, the best we could say is, shit, run that back. I'll watch that again. Run that back
Right.
on an undercard. I don't want to see either one of you in a title shot against a real guy at 40.
Correct.
I don't want to see you hurt. Unfortunate for Floyd Schofield. This is Brandon says it all the time. What have you done for me lately? Does not take long to forget about you, and it does not take long for star-making performances to knock you off of your star-making performance,
Right.
as we're going to talk about, which happened this past weekend. Different division, but nonetheless, there's a new name out there now.
Certainly.
It seems like, oh, this guy's for real. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are in talks for a potential rematch in 2026, Mike Coppinger has learned. The fight is being explored as another Netflix boxing event. Where do you hold that in regards to these mockery fights of Jake Paul Tank, Jake Paul Mike? Is it a notch more better? Is it just as much
better?
mockery to you? If they stack the undercard with guys from both of their promotional things, do you care anymore?
No.
Okay, agreed.
And I don't want to see the lead up. And
Agreed.
Pacquiao looked sluggish in his last fight, and Floyd. Floyd is holding on for relevance. And again, this goes into our discussion from last episode. Where do aging fighters go?
Right.
Right. So you know what? To stay on, to not be hypocritical,
Hmm.
I'm not necessarily excited for it, but I get why they're doing it. It's what you know. I mean, if they told you to retire at, how old's Floyd? 47, 48?
He's older than me, so I think he's 49.
Right. Okay. So if they told me to retire now, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd love to have the means to do so, but even if I did, a lot of like I don't know if you have any friends that work in the fire department or they're teachers or they're cops or whatever,
Hmm.
and they retire at a young for this earth age, you
Yes, I
know.
told you about someone who's like loosely affiliated with a very big rap group. And I was like, yo, Blank is retired, bro. He like worked for New York City Blank. And you're like, oh
Yes.
shit. He's like, you're a couple years younger than me.
Right.
He was like
Right.
your age and packed up, bro. Like full whatever.
Pension. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, when you put in your 20 or 25 years, and if you get on the job or whatever job you got on when you're 21, but again, those guys all get jobs. Like my brother-in-law worked for sanitation.
Hmm.
He drives the bus at College of Staten Island now. You know what
But
I
but
mean?
but here's what I think when we talk about him. Some people are like, yo, I can't sit around, man.
I think most people can't at that
Right. The
age.
the, the reason
I think when
I
people used to croak at like 60 on
y-
average, they were
y-
like, I'll retire at 52, get 8 good years, and
a
then
good
heart attack
right,
city, and I'm
right.
out.
I think when I joke about like, yo, I'm not gonna do anything, is because of the nature of my of what my work was. Like my adult life was living out of hotels and suitcases. So I think it's,
Right.
it's a little bit different. If you go, yo, I just want to chill. Like when people go like, yo, do you like now that you're like done touring, like do you go
Right. But
like
you
on
got this twice a
vacation?
week. You
Like,
got, you still record, you still put out records, you're still
yeah,
selling stuff on, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah,
really,
yeah.
yeah.
No, no, I'm not retired, but I'm just saying, like, let's just say I did, and I was on some
Right.
like, nah, I ain't gonna do shit, B. Like, blah, blah, blah. It is motivated by the fact that you don't want to go back to steady movement when your life was steady movement. Like, I'm not, I
Yeah.
don't, if I don't ever have to see an airport again or things like that. So, oh,
Right.
let's go. Like, yo, like I'll meet you guys. Like, bring wifey and Billy, you two will go to like the Bahamas or stuff. Like, that'll just give me anxiety just to get there. Unless we had the Star Trek thing where you could zoom in, you know?
Beam.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna piggyback off B's sentiment of what about fighters? Why do they have to stop if they don't want to? These two are in rarefied air where not only are they going to stop and have they not stopped, they're going to make a ton of money too on top
Yeah.
of it. These other guys that we spoke
I
about,
I think, this is also an interesting topic. We
real
always say
quick,
like
B,
oh,
Floyd
sorry,
will be
sorry.
49 in February. Okay.
Okay. So we just
So,
talk about how old's Manny? He's a year behind him, right?
or
A
two.
year and a half.
Yeah. I always thought, yeah, yeah.
All right. So, we talk about, oh, he's going to make so much money. He's going to make so much money. I
He'll
think
be
for
47 in December.
I think for Pacquiao and Floyd, it's the money's great, sure.
Yeah.
It ensures another X amount of years of stability and comfort, right?
Yeah. And for the
For legacy.
generations. Yeah.
I'll bet for the most part though, guys like this trying to make a comeback or not necessarily making a comeback. Yo, man, I think both of these guys, let's say 12 to 20 years between the two of them being the A side, right? Being having the fanfare when there's a fight, right? The lead up, all that.
Yep.
Neither one of those guys hid from the cameras. Neither one of those guys hid from the lights. You know what I mean? Even Manny in, people thought he was just a quiet guy. It was just that he didn't really speak English.
What
He
was
was
perceived as being shy or timid was the timidity of the language, and he
right.
didn't want to.
But I mean,
You gave him a basketball
right,
and filmed, or you had him around his boys speaking Filipino.
right.
That was not a shy guy.
No, not a shy guy. And he's in like, he's Pac-Man. You know
Yep,
what I mean? Like he's making films, he's doing this, he's doing
yep,
that.
yep.
These are guys that want to be there. They want to be in
They're
front,
limelight guys.
limelight guys. So I think as much as this is a part of, and again, definitely the money, right? Definitely ensures years of comfortable living. Definitely can, if Floyd has his eye on a new Bugatti or something like that, it's like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, well, I can go buy that cash after this. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Whatever they want to do, or if one of the properties is costing too much,
Mm-hmm.
like all
Mm-hmm.
it takes is one fight and I shore all that up, Who knows what
And
you
not,
can.
not for nothing, we've heard about financial troubles for both of these guys.
Right,
We're not going to like discuss them here or even say that they're valid, but we've heard from reputable sources
right.
that
We've
for
heard.
different reasons.
Hey man, when you're
Oh,
making 200 million or $100 million a year and then you're not, and you're still
right.
spending money like you're making $100 million a year, you can find yourself your net worth sliding. I'm not
Sure.
saying that they're broke like regular
Neither am
people
I.
broke, but when you carry a lot of mortgages, when you carry a lot of bank notes, that's also a lot of interest.
I mean,
And
Floyd takes pictures of the tickets of betting 400 grand on blah, blah, blah.
yeah, he
Or,
shows us the winners.
yeah,
He doesn't show us again. So to your point, he don't show us the losers.
yeah.
Um, Anyway, I don't. How good can it be? That's all I got to say. The first one wasn't great. Styles make fights. Is this? Do you know if this is going to be like a? Uh,
Well, what you're about to ask is sort of what makes it
is it a
uh,
real fight?
right.
It'll go on their record.
Well, look, hey, the last thing we heard was Pacquiao was going to go for one of the champions
Yeah,
at 47. Now, listen, if he does get a belt, that would sweeten it for a maniac like Floyd, an
sure,
egomaniac like Floyd. You know what I mean? And by the way, guys, I'm and I feel pretty equally about both of these guys, like all-time greats, first
sure,
ballot Hall of Famers, but
sure.
personal feelings aside, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, as Brendan just said, these are guys who want the spotlight.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's what they miss as much as the Scott and as much that they need the cameras, they need that they don't have that. I'm going to disappear like a Jeff Chandler. You know what I mean? Where you
right,
go, yo, is that guy okay? Because some guys do such a 180.
sure,
Like I know for me, like I wouldn't. There's things I wouldn't have if I had the power not to. Like I probably wouldn't be on social media. I would probably do the disappearing act. And how
right,
many people are lucky enough to make it their gimmick, like Doom?
right.
Doom's gimmick was like, nah, no one's gonna know anything. And
I'm
unless
a recluse. Yeah,
yeah, and unless you're our age and knew KMD and Zev Love X,
right.
or actually met him and hung out with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Younger generations are like, have seen a couple pictures maybe where he took the
right.
mask and really that's it. So if you have that, you know, um, so yeah, guys,
I think you're spot on. I mean, this is that that gets the juices flowing as much as anything else is that there's going to be a lot of stuff about me if we book this fight.
yep.
There's going to be interviews that they want to
Lots
talk
of
to
money.
me.
Lot now is even since they've fought, bro. Even since they've fought, which was what 2015 was it 10 years ago?
2015 is 10 years ago.
So even since 2015, Brendan, the promo tour has become more of a thing in those 10 years.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
They'll have four presses instead of one.
Well, like
They'll go to Dubai.
when was the when was the last Sugar Ray Leonard and his various rematches? Was it Roberto Duran? Was
So
it Tommy Hearns? I
was it
mean,
was it a third fight with Hearns? Was that they fought three times
yeah,
or twice? I'm
three.
trying to think of like that. Yeah, it's like, yo, we're the traveling circus. That's what this is gonna be,
So he
you
fought
know?
Roberto Duran in 1989, coming off of a draw with Tommy Hearns. No, he fought Tommy Hearns twice. You're right.
Okay.
Coming off of a draw with Hearns in
When was the
June
Donnie Lalonde fight then? 92?
'88.
So that Donnie Lalonde was before the Duran?
Was before Hearns and Duran. So he fought Duran 3 times, Hearns
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yo, just think about this, Brendan.
By the way,
Tommy
hang on. I just
Tommy
want to say
Hearns
something.
twice, Duran 3 times, fucking Marvin Hagler.
Yeah. And Hector Camacho, who he
That was in
lost to.
97, I think.
It was.
And he was like legitimately over the hill. Like legitimately. He
Yeah.
shouldn't have fought. But that's this. Sugar Ray Leonard Camacho is this for these two, for Floyd and Manny.
You know what's crazy? He fought 9 times in 16 years since the first Hearns fight in 81. And that Hearns fight came after back-to-back Roberto Duran fights,
Yeah.
which is
That's
pretty fucking crazy.
that's pretty crazy, man.
By the way, the third Roberto Duran fight in 89 was for the WBC World Super Middleweight title. So I just want to let you guys know that the fuckery has been going on for a long time.
Right, guys, this isn't new. I just like when
They-
you talk about fights that were 36 years ago and you're like, yeah, Duran was old then, man. Like
right.
if you want to forget how great he was, that he was 90.
He's 76,
Yeah, he was 100
74.
weight classes past where he started and still beating guys, still
Yeah.
didn't he beat Barkley after that? The
He
Iran Barkley fight? Wasn't that
I'm
after that?
no.
I thought that was like 91 or something.
He beat, let me look right now. All right. So I get it confused. He beat Davey Moore, lost to Hagler, lost to Hearns. 89 beat Barkley, okay, in a splitter. Loses to Leonard, okay. Loses to Pat Lawler, stopped him. And then went on then lost to Vinnie Pazienza twice,
Yeah.
94 and 95. Hector
And
Camacho,
bro, you want to
96.
talk about those guys?
Holy
You
shit,
know,
he fought William Joppy in
yeah,
1998?
you don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, that like Joppy, that led to that to the that led to the fights that led Joppy to the Trinidad fight where he got packed up.
Packed up. Jesus
But B,
Christ.
think about this, bro. Like a way past his prime, Duran, right?
Yeah.
Versus Vinny. Like Vinny was on the Tonight Show, bro. Like promoting that fight.
Yeah.
Like that's how like like I'm doing two things here. I'm establishing what you said that the fuckery has always been here there, right?
Right.
By that, but also establishing how huge the sport was, like when we
Yeah.
were kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it was still like becoming niche at that point.
Yeah, it was on its way to being niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, the 3-belt unification at 160 is going to happen and official connected to the bout between WBO and IBF champion Janabek Alamhanala and WBA champion Erislandy Lara. Told Boxing Scene today. That's locked in. It's going to happen. We're going to have a real guy there. If we get a real guy there, man, I think Bud goes there.
I agree.
I think Bud waits and sees how quickly that gets made. Meaning, let's say it gets made soon, and then when it gets made, the actual fight is soon. Say they go, oh, it's in January or February. I think Bud waits and goes, I'm gonna fight in the spring against that guy.
Did you what was I gonna say? Did they say where it was gonna be?
No, but I think we're gonna know real soon. Like by next, maybe
Mm-mm.
not next episode, maybe by next week. Why do you have something you know?
I'm
Okay.
I'm well
You're
with
concerned?
well, no, actually not. I'm just hoping that it would be a nice fight for Atlantic City.
It would be great. It would be great.
We were just talking about that today. I was having that conversation about Atlantic City and just because I was there on Friday.
Well, B, okay, when someone like Yoriorkis Gamboa would fight in AC, I saw him fight there, right? It was mad Cubans. So, because you know that ride from New York, you do it often. You are a fan of AC. There's not a massive Cuban.
No, but there's mad Cubans in Union City, New Jersey.
There is. So you have
which is North
like
Jersey
you have Philly, which it's
and
not
West New York.
massive, but they're there. Then you have New York, then you have Union City, and one
Union City.
then about the Akis, man, with Janabek. I'm always let down. If if you're a black Muslim fighter, the Akis are gonna come through. But say like Artur Beterbiev, he fought in Philly, and I was like, it was gonna be all Akis there, and it
No.
wasn't. It wasn't. So Alam Hanalad, like he's really in a position where I'm not saying he can't make demands. I'm saying he can't make demands regarding where is this going to be? Can he make, demands regarding payment, or I have two of the belts, or I'm really kind of the guy here, if we're being honest. I'm kind of the guy at middleweight, whether I have all the belts or not,
He is.
you know,
Yeah, I just don't
because
know where they're going to put this fight.
it's been over a year since Erislandy Lara packed up what's it, the Danny when Danny quit.
Yeah,
And that's a rough win.
certainly.
That's a rough win. That's a gimme against a guy who was at his best at 140. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Um I think you gotta do New York or AC, Brendo.
I'd love to see it. And the thing about it, what I was thinking is because Janabek is or was, I guess, a top rank fighter. You know what I mean? So where there's no influence from top rank, we'll get to that in a little bit.
We will, because there was a bid and
Mm.
they bid for a fight. Now I want to
They
get it.
did?
Yes, I want to ask you, what if they won that bid? That they didn't, but what if had they won this bid we're going to talk about in news? Where were they going to air that? What was his plan? Meaning Bob, guys. Guys, they just bid on a fight. They didn't win it, but they bid on it. Had they won, where would they have put that
I mean,
fight?
how much did they bid on it? Was it even close? Can we talk about that?
We will. Let me skip to it.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn's Matchroom have won the purse bids for Raymond Morataya versus Andy Cruz. Fight will be for Morataya's IBF lightweight world title. The winning bid from Eddie was 550K. So
Mhm.
what did top rank bid and didn't win it?
But
Because
they did bid. It was
absolutely factually, not this isn't a rumor. They bid
oh,
and they were
because
back
I
and
talked
forth,
to
back.
a friend of mine who's a boxing insider, shall remain nameless.
Yeah,
Um, it's not one of the guys that we refer to on the show, by the way.
got you.
Um, I hit him up as a joke when they announced the winning bid. And I
Mhm.
said, Jesus, did Top Rank even bid? And he wrote me back. He goes, bid with what and where? And I was like, sarcasm is lost via text. And
Yes.
he goes, oh, thank God. He's like, I didn't think you were that stupid. And he's like, they have nothing. They have no place to go, no sites,
Okay. So let's
and no
okay.
without TV, you're powerless. Without a way
Let's
to
build.
broadcast this, you're powerless.
Let's bid off of your insider. Okay,
Mhm.
and your years of work in television and my knowledge of the entertainment industry. Not so much TV, but
Yeah.
six of one and half a dozen the other. They were bidding in hopes of what, Brendan? That by the time
The
this
only thing I could think of is that they knew that they'd lose the bid, and it's just a show of good faith for their fighter that they
for
showed up and
Morataya,
and 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 and, and pitched a couple of
I was
a
going to ask
handful of
you,
change in
did
the
they
wishing
did
well.
they chuck some money at this just in good faith for Morataya? I was
To,
going to ask you that flat
yeah,
out.
just to push the bid up a little bit, probably.
Yeah, or did he have plans for um what were we referring to Bud as? And at one point, Canelo, where you're doing
Mm.
piecemeal work. Like, yo, for one show, we'll go to Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
For one,
No, I don't think they have any of that, and I think that I don't think anyone's interested. I think that Top Rank charges a lot for rights, and I don't think they're going to budge. But I also heard from an unconfirmed source, a different unconfirmed source, that Bob and his wife have had severe COVID um, for the last like couple months. That's why you haven't seen him or heard from him. Doesn't
is there
explain
an
why
heir
they.
apparent over there?
It's DeBuff, but I don't think he's gonna do shit with the company. And I think after this Kinahan thing, I think
But
that they're sullied, and I think his reputation is sullied amongst. I mean, it's a bad look to that you. we're setting up fights and taking money from an international drug dealer and gangster in Daniel Kinahan, and
Yeah, you think?
I don't think anyone wants to.
So if we knock him off as an heir apparent, no pun intended, is there another one there? Is there someone there? Like you remember, like
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You know what's going to happen if that's the case. Dana and Turk, they're going to buy it.
no, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm trying to push you into saying.
Why are you pushing me into saying it?
Well, I like that.
That's my. I don't know any of that.
Isn't, but didn't the last time we jokingly said it, isn't Bob like 109 when we looked it up? Like
It's
he's,
94.
yeah. I mean, so is there just is there something already in place that we don't know about? Look, I'm gonna give it to blank, meaning Bob. I'm gonna give it to the top of the year. If we're still look, Abdullah Mason, bro, is a star in the waiting.
Right.
I don't think Ray Mordecai is one, but he's absolutely a solid fighter with a belt. Do you want to just not have, where is Keyshawn Davis? Where is Shushu? When do you start applying pressure and saying, hey, look, man, I have a contract. And in that contract, it says you're obligated to get me this by this time,
Right.
which they absolutely do.
Sure.
They absolutely have that. And I can't imagine going into 2026 without us either breaking news or reporting news on, yo, this company has swallowed this entity. No
Yeah.
puff. Because what is there left to do other than what you implied? Is it those people? I don't know. Is it Eddie? Is the fact that there's a working relationship between Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, where they go, what? Let's bring them on and as Queensberry Matchroom, and
Yeah.
into the fold.
I think it'll get sold. The roster will get sold, and Top Rank will be something that we wax philosophic about. That it was
I
the
do too. I
longest
do too.
running. I think this is it. I think this is the end.
I do too. And I think that's
And I think
more.
three months ago, I didn't think that.
I agree with that part too. I think yeah, I think like we wax philosophical on this show at some point about Top Rank and, um, to say it's sad or something, he's 94. There never seemed to be someone where you were going, well, he's got this guy. Like, how Oscar's got Bernard, Oscar at one point had Richard Schaefer, regardless of what we think
Yeah.
about him. And we're like, wait, this guy's Swiss, but looks like he's
I,
Spanish, but talks.
Schaefer, I thought Golden Boy, because I can't, I'm not going to cut a promo on him, but I thought Golden Boy was done after Schaefer left. Oscar, I mean, and I forgot what, oh, Danny Garcia was saying in an interview. He's
Yeah,
like, if Oscar promoted then, like he's promoting now, meaning like caring,
yeah,
he, Danny Garcia said this. He goes, none of us would have gone to PBC.
yeah.
He said half of us didn't even know we went to PBC.
He was like, I didn't know I wasn't on Golden Boy in that recent interview that you're
Yeah,
talking about. That's,
right. And he said we weren't getting promoted. And he's right. So I think the top ranked guys, you and I have said it, eventually they'll matriculate elsewhere. There is a card, we'll talk about it next episode. Um, and I because it's a bunch of like top ranked people, men and
yeah,
women.
yeah.
Um, which is strange to me, but
Yeah, and there's another catch to that card, which again we're going to talk about it next episode, but I'll say it real quick on here. We also, meaning us, the fans, lost that plug to those Montreal and Canadian cards that they were
yep,
showing through Top Rank, or Corey
right.
Erdman would call it at the
Yeah.
Montreal. You know what I mean? Those
Mhm.
that stable of fighters that are with um Eye of the Tiger.
Right.
Now
This is a big
it is. This is a
it's a big
mess.
thing and it's a mess. So you have Ray Martai and Andy Cruz. It's gonna make for decent fights because guys like Muratai are probably trying out for other promotional outfits.
Definitely,
And
definitely. What I mean, yeah, everyone is, Brendan, because if the writing is on the wall as much as we think it is, unless we're just that wrong.
Well, I mean, like the Abdullah, I mean, there must have been a lot of arrogance on the part of Top Rank.
I agree. And it's not the first time.
No, to not have or just really being out of touch with what's going on. Where like these networks, like I'm not touching boxing.
I just, as things were winding down, there was a lot of hubris going on when that ESPN stuff was winding down. And each week,
Right.
show after show, you or me are not getting hit with yo, we got some breaking news, guys. They're gonna
Yeah.
go over to blah blah blah.
Right. Right.
Like
I think this is it. I think
I
this is
do
the
too.
end.
I do too. I think top of the year, it's almost announced. You
Yeah.
know,
Either someone bought it, Bob's
correct, right,
retiring,
right,
you
and this
know.
is they're gonna consolidate and eat this, TKO WWE type thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A deal like
Mhm.
that. Lawrence Okoli and David Adelaide are set to return in separate heavyweight bouts in Lagos, Nigeria on December 19th.
Money mark.
It's another money mark fight there with those two guys.
We're gonna have to start having a money mark segment on this
w-
show.
it's getting close to where there's going to have to be it's a
Guys,
billion.
this is a bad sign when this is happening this often. And it's not massive, giant fights. It's just kind of mid-level guys.
Yeah, when Lennox fought Hasim Rahman, and you were like, well, this is the lineal guy. That's cool that they're
Yeah,
doing that. That's when Ali would do it.
right,
Philippines, Africa. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. They're bringing it to a place that doesn't have fights, and
right,
it was also the biggest sport in the world at that time. Like
right.
different guys. This is they can't get a bag. They can't secure a bag for a Lawrence
Right.
Okoli fight or a David Adelaide fight. So some money mark guy, some Prince.
Well, I mean, it's dude, it's the same shit with, and I know, we'll upset our friend in Saudi, but this is how the guys in Saudi Arabia got involved with sports in general. It wasn't people weren't watching it here anymore. So the opportunity was, you know, presented itself.
Yeah.
And I think to a lesser degree, this is how these other countries are thinking they're gonna replicate that sort of thing. I mean, they don't have as much money, their production value won't be there, and ultimately it won't succeed. But God, in
I,
terms if that's the case.
I just have a massive issue. You don't. I have a massive issue with these places. The further they are away from the states, the weirder the time is.
Yeah.
And some people more than others. Brandon and I are a perfect example of it on two people on the opposite sides of the spectrum. This, other than Wide World of Sports in the afternoon and Saturdays 100 years ago, is a celebrated night sport. Yes, basketball is played during the day sometimes. Yes, baseball is played during the day on Sundays, but it's played at night. They're night sports. Am I going to blow my top if one or two cards are? It's getting uh
A lot of dayside stuff
it's
for
starting to
us in
be
the
about
States.
half. It's starting
Yeah.
to be about half. That's crazy. Anthony Joshua's next fight could take place on an undercard in December. Eddie Hearn has revealed to the ring.
What?
AJ hasn't fought on an undercard since his stoppage win against Kevin Johnson over 10 years ago in 2015. I'm actually not mad at that if that's what it takes to get him fighting in December.
Okay.
And he packs someone up and then they make something big and then then you got to figure out how to do it. And if all of these guys that are older want to wait out Usyk, who said, all right, I'm done at 41. These guys are all what mid-30s now, like him, Fury.
36. Yeah.
Yeah. So do they want to wait a couple years and then try to make a late run? Speaking Okay, speaking of someone who hasn't fought, Richardson Hitchens says he's willing to jump up to welterweight to face the winner of Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. I just wanted to say something about that. And I purposely looked. Okay, this Richardson Hitchens is 20-0 with 8 KOs. Okay, it's not a puncher. Um, Look, we're fans of Hitchens on this show.
Sure.
His ledger is a bit weaker than for a champion. It's pretty weak. now that you are a champion, it gets scrutinized more, or at very least put under a
Bro, you got to
microscope.
defend the belts.
I mean, it's Liam Parrow and
Cambosis.
Cambosis. And but you're a champion with those as your best wins.
And I'll be honest, man, the activity kind of sucks.
The activity is low, and you're already talking about moving up and vacating when you fought no one at 40.
Right. I think he can't get fights. That's what he's saying. Eddie's got to do better for him then, as far as I'm concerned.
He does.
Because look, I'm going to read off the names, that he could fight.
Okay, because we have our lists.
Yeah.
You should have it. I have it as well.
You got Matias is fighting in January.
Yeah.
Right? But you got Teofimo Lopez. He calls Teofimo out religiously.
Yeah.
Dalton Smith is fighting Matias. Okay.
Alberto Puello Barbosa, the one Russell kid.
That's who he should go after. That's who I was going to say. That's a fight that can be made. Or, Lindolfo Delgado. Right? Another undefeated guy.
He's top 10.
He's got a fight though, November 15th, but still.
Andy Hiroka's right there too, top 10.
Yeah.
There's guys.
There's guys.
This should be made. A guy like Sander Martin is a nightmare to fight, so that's probably they don't want him in there with him, is my guess. Certainly not yet.
And then of course you got Arthur Biel's, the Wolf.
Yeah, who is not top 10 in the ring, I don't think.
No, but
he should be, in my opinion. I'll take that up with our friends at the ring. I'm just kidding.
Well, let's see what happens. He fights.
We'll talk about that. Yeah. Ajit Kabayel will defend his WBC interim heavyweight belt in a homecoming fight on January 10th in Oberhausen, Germany on DAZN. Tony Yoka has posted like a post of him signing the contract, but then they said other options are being explored as well. So I guess with most fights where you absolutely can't afford to have it fall apart, there's a guy that's lined up.
Okay.
I don't love that for Ajit Kabayel. I think
he's too good for that now.
So do I. And he's really good, and he should at least be fighting names. If you go look, okay, I'm killing him for Tony Yoka. The guy, if he beat up Chisora, that's better than Tony Yoka to me. Which
agreed.
Okay, B has been waiting for this, as have I. Former world champion Tim Tszyu has announced that he will be training under renowned coach Pedro Diaz in Miami moving forward. You guys will probably remember Pedro Diaz he's probably most well known for his work with Miguel Cotto.
Yeah.
Certainly to me.
I think he was the Cuban national coach, right?
He was the amateur coach. So that, he's already there right now in Miami with him.
I mean, we called for that like 3 years ago.
Yeah, we did. We called for that when he was winning.
Right.
Derek Chisora and Dillian.
Hang on real quick. Specifically, it was after, and it was 3.5 years ago. It was after the Terrell Goucher fight. We said he should just stay in California and hook up and
Goucher.
Right, and hook up with someone and stay here and don't go back.
Agreed. We definitely said that. I remember.
Like, the next week, he's like posting pictures from Australia, and then they booked the Tony Harrison fight.
Yeah.
Or Tony Harrison stepped in for someone.
Derek Chisora and Dillian White will meet in a trilogy fight on December 13th in Manchester. Frank Warren has confirmed. We're gonna
stakes.
We're gonna start putting it in the no stakes, guys. We're gonna have flyers where there's you're at a steakhouse.
The stakes is why.
Right.
Stakes is why.
Stakes is why.
The stakes is why.
Look, guys, you're going to Peter Luger, you're going to Butcher and Singer, and they tell you, sorry, we have no beef.
We got no beef.
You could have the chicken. You could have apps.
It's so weird, right? We're just having a prize fight. Just two old guys having a prize fight.
Yep. I mean, will it do good? Again, guys, UK guys, tell us, because we've said before, the last time we asked you guys to tell us, yo, how was, what's it called?
Eubank,
Yes. Yes.
Ben.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, and it seemed, well, not seemed, it was a big deal, and
Yeah.
what is this? Um, okay. Adam Azim is now set to face Kurt Scobie on the November 15th Chris Eubank Conor Ben card. Azim was originally announced to fight Zaur Abdullayev, which I liked that fight for Adam Azim a
Right.
lot. I think it would be perfect for him, right? Stage type guy who can handle himself, but you gotta beat him to tell me
Sure.
we for us to believe you're the real deal. But according to Abdullayev's promoter, German Titov or German Titov, it's spelled like German. The fight was never agreed. So here we go again, guys, with these things. I don't even.
Only in this sport.
Yes, yes. You do not say the Giants were playing the Eagles this past
Right.
week, and the Giants said we never agreed to that, guys. We're
We
just not going. We're not going. So that now they're playing the Syracuse Orangemen because they didn't.
Right. They're in the same state.
Same state. Matchroom have received an offer from No Limit for the Paddy Donovan Liam Parrow final eliminator to take place in Australia. It's a bigger split to Liam Parrow because of his number 2 position, so we may have a little trip to Australia for that one. Now, I want to say something.
That's weird.
Paddy Donovan got jobbed. We believe he did.
Sure.
So, and we cut a fucking promo on when you get jobbed and you're not a big name, how long it takes you to crawl back into contention.
Right.
And this fucking sport does it again, where if he wins this, he's right where he
Right. Yeah. Right where he left off.
he's knocked back a few months, B. We
Yeah.
said 18 is how it knocks you back.
And
He's
so
knocked back
proven
3 to
wrong. I
6.
don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
Yeah.
I said you're right. It could be 18 to 24.
Right.
But this sport's so crazy. I mean, big up Eddie. But
Yeah.
sometimes the sport itself, and it's rare, does the right thing where you go, yo, this guy actually won, and someone treats it that way and goes, yo, he should get blank. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm happy for Paddy Donovan is really what I'm trying to go in a
Paddy.
roundabout way to say. And I think he can beat Liam Parrow. When? I don't know. Is that going to happen? All right, Brendo, we're ending off the news with something to send your fucking Yankees hat off of the top of your head. Because what do they say? Bette Midler, save the best for last.
You have a Bette Midler pull on this?
I
That's
do.
nice. I'm
I
a big
do.
Bette Midler fan.
Me too.
Yeah. She's longevity.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is a huge Bette Midler fan.
Aren't all moms big Bette Midler fans?
I think so.
Isn't it part of like giving birth of our generation? You like
they
Bette
love
Midler?
Bette Midler.
Yeah. Kenshiro Taraji's departure from the WBC rankings at 112 means the highly controversial Francisco Rodriguez has been elevated to number 1. Rodriguez has failed a drug test in each of his last 2 contests, including a 12-round beatdown of Galal Yafai in June. He is now number 1 after popping hot twice in a row. I'm not sure where to go, so I'm just going to leave that to you.
Real quick, I just want to pop in a little news. The Subriel Matias, who's he fighting? Vin. Remember we didn't know what venue it was going to be at in January?
Yes. Oh, and what?
They found a destination. It's going to be at Barclays Center.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
We said it should be at.
I did a little looking
Alberto Puello.
Yeah.
No, that's what he fought.
Yeah. No, it's Subriel Matias is fighting.
Sorry, he just beat Puello in New York. So it's his second time in New York.
Yeah. He's what the fuck is wrong with me? Dalton Smith. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I can't remember that fucking son of a bitch's name. All right. So that's going to be at Barclays. Okay, so I did a little digging.
November 10th, as we previously mentioned, but Barclays, yes.
So Barclays is trying to get events at Barclays. That's what's happening. there's also, if you want to see it, BBD, Boys to Men, and Tony Braxton
I
is
do.
coming to Barclays. And my wife's like, "Can we get tickets for that?" And I was like, "I got to talk to my guy."
Boys to Men, BBC.
I mean, yeah, there was another group too,
The
weren't they?
white boys.
The
Remember
white
the
dudes
white
that never
boys?
popped.
They
Yeah,
never even came out.
never
They
came
were
out.
they did that little like trailer,
Yeah.
and they were like, we're white nerd
Uh,
versions of Boys to
uh,
Men.
right. There was remember Another Bad Creation?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Aisha.
Isha, you were the girl that I never had. Yeah.
I don't
At
want
the
to get to know you
playground. I
better.
think we've talked about them on this show. Um, so I did some digging about Barclays and I had some questions. I found some answers. Don't know prices, but you can get tiered pricing at Barclays Center for various different things. I also heard this is just separate. So one of my customers is across the street from. So by the way, we could like host my birthday party next year at Barclays Center. You can like rent out the little Honda Center there. They have like a little ballroom. You can do two versions of or three versions of the actual Barclays Center for three different prices. Um, but if you open the whole thing up, the whole thing is yours. Um, I heard that the Danny Garcia fight sold 3,000 tickets.
I heard 3,500, so we're definitely in the neighborhood. Two
My
different sources, two different.
so my there's a boxing gym across the street from one of my customers. I text this to you on Friday, remember?
Yes.
And I said I the head coach at the boxing gym I've become friendly with. I know him from another gym that I go to, and of course he gets his breakfast before he opens the gym. I'm there at like 6 in the morning, and we were yapping, and he said that he couldn't make it, and I know this is probably a little inside info, but I'm not telling anybody where it is.
Okay.
They sent them 25 credits for the fights. So
Wow.
25 free seats.
That's a
But
lot.
but yeah, but he goes, Brendan, they sent it on Friday afternoon. And
Well, I hate to say
they were
this, but
trying to
this is
fill
how that works.
right. They were trying, he goes, I couldn't get 25 people to go
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get 25 people to go with a
to
week's
do
notice.
anything.
Yeah,
Right.
you need a couple months to go, look, guys,
Right. So
in
he
the new
said,
year, 2026, there's a fight in January. What if we all go? That's how much time you need with people
right.
got
He said
kids and
the idea was, we'll throw the tickets to the young kids that come here and bring them to like, you know,
yeah,
and he's like, it didn't give their parents enough time to like, said these kids play other sports. They're doing this, they're doing that on a Saturday.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not enough time. But anyway,
I
uh,
don't remember the name being this terrible, but those white guys, that was the name of the group. Whytgize. White guys was the name of those white guys.
no,
Yes.
no.
Whytgize, one word.
And was it Michael Bivins was promoting them?
Well, they were the East Coast family, remember? It was
Yeah.
Boys to Men, Another Bad Creation, Belle Biv DeVoe, MC Brains, and that group Subway.
I think we know what we're calling this episode now. It's Brendan. You don't have to do much work.
No.
He was handed it on a fucking
So
silver
how do you
platter.
spell this?
Whytgize, one word. And if nothing comes up, just put East Coast family after that. But it's that.
Whytgize. That's amazing. That is amazing.
But they were in that shot. Remember how they filmed
Yeah.
Motown Philly at Gino's?
Yes.
That's the shot they're in. They're like on the corner of.
Were they? I wonder if they were like Philly doo-wop
They
guys.
weren't because look, you know Philly very well. You know everyone knows each other. They were like nerds from fucking
Like Bucks County.
no, like nowhere near like
Oh,
fucking what's the second big city? Not New Orleans, but what in Louisiana? Like it's
Baton Rouge.
yeah, like they're from Baton Rouge or something, and they went to some music school. They tried to make them look hip. You know how you can't hip a chump?
Yeah.
They like dressed them in early 90s fly shit, but they still look like dorks.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
they could blow No Puff because they did this thing where, like, all those records were in a short period of time monstrous, like Poison
Yeah.
DVD, then Boys the Men, then Another Bad Creation. So they were like on MTV, and those white boys did like a harmony, like four harmonies, and bro, it was like Beach Boys level.
That's crazy.
But I guess either the songwriting or whoever, whatever, it was Biv 10 was Mike's label.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like Poison's the best of song of that era for me. That's my favorite.
Of like New Jack Swing.
New Jack Swing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, I guess I could get into like deep Teddy Riley guy shit,
Yeah, Aaron
and I
Hall.
love Aaron Hall.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, Aaron Hall. Like,
No, if we're talking low hanging fruit, that's the best New Jack Swing song ever. But then you get into to you know,
yeah, deep,
yeah, that didn't even go gold, but they were incredible.
like, Vanessa and I were coming back from going down to Atlantic City, took almost 6 hours on Friday. So I was just flipping through Sirius and they had like a Jodeci run on Sirius. And I don't know if you'd call that New Jack Swing, but it's around that era, like 92,
Yeah.
and I
It's
was like,
another whole argument. Like, is Jade Don't Walk Away Boy New Jack Swing? Like,
right,
because if it is, then that's got to be up there.
it's up there. But yeah, like you go into some old Jodeci records and you're like, God damn, this was
Amazing, amazing. I have a best of Jodeci, not from the store, like a hip hop DJ that
yeah,
did it. Like in my bro, that's one of the greatest mixtapes ever. I have to find it to tell you who it is. I
right.
probably gave it to you when I gave you the thing you never used, which is very rude.
Oh,
Saturday, the Zone pay-per-view, 59.99 in the US, O2 Arena, London. Worst to first, I'm gonna start. If my co-host with the co-most wants to chirp, he will. If not, we'll wait until the main event. But I got a little breakdowns for
go ahead,
everything.
go ahead, go ahead.
Mitchell Smith, 18-1, 9 KOs. I don't know if you remember, B. He was like prospect of the year 10 years ago. He was looked at as a prodigy.
Yeah,
And then it's very murky, and it's murkier for us as Yanks when it comes to like what exactly happened. Because they're
right,
murky about it. If he was here, we'd be like, yo, we know someone who knows him. I don't know if he did a bid. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the loss knocked him off and he just got fat. Like, I don't know if it's nefarious or if he
right.
just like the kid can't stay in shape. But I remember being like, this kid's good. Versus Arnie Dawson, 22-year-old who was 8-0 with 4 KOs. This is for a WBO European lightweight title, which again, guys, they are trinkets, but they will get you a ranking. Big looping left drop Dawson with 2 seconds left in the round. I wrote left. It might have been a right hand. A big looping shot. Arnie Dawson can fight a little bit. Very tall for 35, jabs well, puts nice shots behind it, digs downstairs. He could fight in the inside. He could fight on the outside. But you could see the glimpses of why Mitchell Smith was so highly regarded back in, it was like 2015. Nice little fight to start off the night. Close fight. I had it 66-63. 6-4 with a point for the knockdown for Mitchell Smith. But it was a close fight with a few razor thin rounds. So I would have been okay with any card if it was close for either guy. Judges had it 96-93, which was my card. 98-91 twice for Mitchell Smith. Those two cards are egregious. The judges' names are Mateo Montella, who is a Paisan, and Patrick Morley. Pack them up. I don't want to see them. It was not a 10-2 fight, no matter how you looked at it. I mean, an 8-2 fight. Wait, 98-92 is that? How many rounds is that? 10, right?
Yeah.
There was not an 8-2 fight. We thought this might be a barn burner, Brendo.
Danny Quartermain.
Danny Quartermain, 13-0.
Royston Barney Smith.
Right.
Those are the two most English names that have ever stepped in it. Like, when did they fight? 1876?
Yes, with John L. Sullivan on
right. Seriously.
heading the card. Danny Quartermain's 13-1, 4 KOs. Versus Sugar Boy Royston Barney Smith, 14-0, 7 KOs. 21-year-old southpaw trained by Ben Davidson. This is for the IBF and WBO Euro super featherweight titles. Again, belts that will get you in a position for good fights. And there's people at 35. Quartermain is very jittery, tons of wasted energy. That energy we talk about that's not good. It's not these
Yeah,
feints that
Jermaine Taylor.
Yes, Jermaine Taylor. The only guy that really does it usefully is Israel Madrimov, where it's actually purposeful and can get you. But there's other people where just I can't imagine the rounds that Jermaine Taylor was knocking off of the fight just through the movement. Smith stayed patient. Gets 21. Jab, jab, jab. Straight left to the belly. Jab, jab, jab. Straight left up top. He's really good. While Quartermain is expending nervous energy, Smith will crack him with a straight left up the pike. Big left hand from Smith right on the button of the third had Quartermain on Queer Street. He stumbled back into his corner in bad shape. Just a brilliant performance from Sugar Boy Roy. I'm officially stamping him as a Pazzi prospect. I had it 100 to 88. Judges had it 98-90 and 100 to 88 twice. Yo, Sugar Boy Roy, Royston Barney Smith.
Royston Barney Smith.
Yo, he's going to give people at 35 trouble. I don't know about lightweights that the UK guys have, getting them in positions, because though they have a lot of shit locked down, meaning overseas, but there's not many guys at 35 from over there to make meaning, okay, Frank wants to get him in kind of soon and make it another fight over there against another kid. I think he's ready, man.
21 years old.
Yeah, he's a kid, but we know how good Ben Davidson is, and he's not going to waste time with somebody who doesn't think. Speaking of another fucking British name, Ezra Taylor's, whatever. That could be from anywhere. 12-0 8 KOs versus Steed Woodall. 20-3, 12 KOs. Is 175
Steed
pounds.
Woodall. Another fucking English name.
WBA Continental Gold title. Ezra Taylor came over here to train with Malik Scott, and regardless of what I think about him as a trainer, meaning Malik Scott, I think it says a lot about how dedicated Taylor is, to do that. We talked about it with Tim Tszyu 3.5 years ago.
Sure.
Doesn't feel that long ago. Good high tight guard, throws 3 different types of jabs. A power jab that we love here on this show. He throws a throwaway jab, you just throw it away to maybe blind you a little bit. And then a rangefinder. Slip shots well on the inside, will catch and shoot. Steed Woodall was a late replacement, but he's a tough guy. He can handle himself in there. So I think this was a good opponent for Taylor. He really started to let his hands go in the 6 and started busting Woodall up. I got a sense at the end was near then. Woodall's corner had seen enough in the 8th, threw the towel in. Very good performance from Taylor over a very game Steed Woodall. Best I've seen this kid look. So I think it's showing improvement.
The best Ezra you've seen?
It is. This is a couple times now, 4th maybe, that I've seen him. Have you seen, I don't know why, but everyone's putting the mic in front of Malik Scott this week. Do we know why?
All week, and I don't know.
Okay, so we don't
is
know
it because
why.
of like Deontay Wilder trying to make a comeback? Because that's what I thought.
Me too.
They asked him about Floyd and Manny too.
They're asking him about everything. And
did he get a job with Ring?
He's just one of those dudes where you go, wow. First of all, he's from Philadelphia, so there should already be Philly love there. He's this guy who was a fighter. He's a guy who was a trainer. He's a guy who was a trainer of a guy who was a champion, right?
Right.
And I go, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Now, does he say things to be that guy? Because that's what I've seen lately, B. And you've even said it to me. Does this person, whoever it may be, whoever we're talking about, is this it seems to me, if you don't know what you're talking about, the next best thing to do is to be outlandish.
Say the controversial thing. It's
to be a contrarian, but to the point where it angers people.
But that's been going on ESPN on those roundtable discussions with other sports for years. There's always the guy.
Would go, okay, Skip Bayless. Okay, Okay, I get you. And it became almost, each company needs our own Skip Bayless. But now, like, laymen are doing it. Like, yo, no one will listen to me. I have 3,000 followers. If I start saying Deontay Wilder would have beat George Foreman in every interview,
Yeah, well, someone lays the groundwork and other people pick up what they're putting down.
fair enough. But yeah, it's
Okay, I'm gonna say it. That dude is a con artist and a carnival barker, Malik
he's a
Scott.
carny. I agree.
So he
I
took a
agree.
dive against Wilder, then winds up
Agreed.
training him, made a porno with his wife. Remember that? Like it
Yeah, I
was,
do.
yeah, he's a fucking weirdo.
But to me, man, when you're a
Uh,
carny, all good workers, historically, you don't know they're working. You watch that guy and you're like, this guy's a worker.
right. Well,
Everything he says,
not everybody's good at stuff.
yeah, and also if you're a true mark, you don't know that.
Right, true.
If you're a like, oh no, I like that. Like I guarantee you, the more talkative and more mics that get put in front of him / interviews, we're gonna see certain demographic. It's like, yo, I like, yo, he knows what he's talking about
Right.
because they're as bad as him. So you get someone that represents those type of people, so they become fans of them because they would be that with a mic in front of them. You
Mm.
see some of these type of guys at press row, you know what I mean? Where they're just talking to talk. The guy who talked our ear off when we walked in,
Oh, forget it.
where everything he said to us was wrong,
Wrong.
factually wrong. Everything
It
he
was
said,
wrong, and he was adamant about being
and
wrong.
he wasn't just adamant. He was adamant and arrogant. He was
Right.
almost condescending to me and Billy. And you had the I'm gonna smack him look, and I wasn't even in the mood to stop you from smacking him because I had it.
I
There's
was.
gonna be 6,000. There's gonna be 16,000 people here tonight. He said to us.
Oh, shut up. Shut the fuck up. And then that fat piece of shit when we got in there, all that he beelined right for the food.
Of course he did.
That fat pig.
That
I
fucker
thought
wanted-
that guy was nice. You guys are being a little harsh on him.
Stop being a jerk off, Billy.
Billy's lying.
He is.
Whoa, 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 Billy's lying.
Yeah. So in the stinker of the night,
Wow,
Jurgen
wow.
Oldejaj, 20-1, 8 KOs versus Raleigh Lambert,
Jürgen Eldejaj.
18-3-1, 14 KOs. This is the IBO cruiserweight title. Look, Oldejaj is not a guy from Eastern Europe that now lives in London, right? He's just an Eastern Europe guy. This fucking place blew the roof off when he came out. So is it mad Albanians, or is that what he is? Albanian?
Yeah.
Is it mad Albanians in London? Because we both
I
know
think they're
our-
everywhere.
Yeah, they are. Look, I'd have to think about this, B. But offhand, I can't think of a fighter who switches stances more than Oldejaj. Very agile and fluid for a 200-pound guy. Upstairs, downstairs, in, out. He just completely dominated. The lack of power will maybe be a hindrance because this fight stunk. So I gotta feel that's at least when it comes to generating a buzz around him. He didn't take any risks, B, when I think he should have. You're on the co-main on a global pay-per-view. I don't care.
Put your foot on the gas.
Put your foot on the gas. This is your shot to make a splash. It's tough to get people to care about the cruiserweights anyway. We spoke about it with Usyk, bro. You gotta be Usyk and Holyfield between the two of them.
And even then, those guys had to move to heavy to get
they
any.
both had to become stars. We thought they were brilliant, but to become stars where you go, yo, holy shit. They both moved up and were both, relatively small. I know they're not as small as they're made out to be. Usyk 6'2", 2 something solid. You know what I mean? But we're now in an age of super heavyweights. And certainly Evander Holyfield fought super heavyweights in Lennox, Big Daddy Bo. These guys were huge, so comparatively speaking. B, you got to make people pay attention to you at that division. You just do.
Absolutely.
The guy we really, really like that we said was basically the unheralded guy before Usyk, Marius Brady's.
Marius Brady's,
really good, and he didn't crack through. He was he was the best. It probably goes like Usyk, Usyk, Evander, and then you start going the level below that, and he's right there, like of the last 25 years. Really good, and he didn't crack through. Besides sickos like us, no one knows who he is now.
Correct.
I had a 109. I had a 119, 109 for Jurgen Oldejaj. Judges had a 121.08, 118, 110, and 119, 109. I'm not sure what you do there because his style, he dominated. Floyd, does he got to be? I don't know. Do you do a Floyd thing? Do you turn heel? Does he need to? People are going nuts for him. I don't know. The main event, Joseph Parker, 36-3, 24 KOs versus Fabio Wardley, 19-0-1, 18 KOs, WBO interim title. I want to say something before we break it down, and that is at the weigh-in, I did not change my pick, but I said, I don't know why he's that heavy. Again,
Parker.
I did not change my pick. I'm not saying you guys heard me on the air.
Yeah,
I picked Joseph Parker and I picked the over. That was my pick. If you took the over, you hit. I think B took Joseph Parker in the under.
I did.
We're both wrong. Um, I look. This from the onset was a shootout. So there's not many. Sometimes these big guys stink it out, because they're not as good as Usyk, and they don't sling the dogs, so you don't get a brawl. So something in the middle, and you go, well, I don't really care then. You're either beating the dog shit out of each other, or in such a high level of skill with Usyk. That's what we need for heavyweights, because you and I are big fans. This show isn't a big, proponent of that division.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
did you think anything of the weight before you get into your breakdown of the
I
fight
didn't,
and the upset?
I don't know if I have remember Joseph Parker when he was younger, like when he fought Andy Ruiz back, back then.
Yeah.
Seemed more chopped up and cut up back then. Like when he first came on the scene a long time ago.
My memory, he was a gun. He was shredded up.
He hasn't been in
No,
recent years.
no.
Um,
And we wrote him off, and then he rattled off three very, what would we call them? Solid wins, or really good?
yeah.
Yeah. He beat the shit out of Wilder. Then he beat the shit out of Big Bang Zhang. And
But
then,
Zhang knocked him down twice.
right. He's chinny. He's been down I think he's been
Yeah.
down 6 times.
And then he fought, what's his face? Bacoli.
Yeah,
But
Martin
Bacoli
Bacall.
got off of a fucking, a flight, a donkey, a
Yeah.
boat, a river
Yeah.
raft.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
was fatter than he usually is, which is fat. He's fat when he's in shape.
Big fat bastard.
Yeah, fat bastard.
Jojo, stop breathing on me. This
Wow, you just called the guy Jojo the Whale.
Jojo the whale. You don't walk with him, you walk amongst them. I
I don't want that face looking at my kid when he shoots the dice.
Coffee kid, get in the fucking bedroom.
It's embarrassing, Sonny.
He says,
Jojo's already in there.
He says, put this towel on your
Oh yeah,
over your head. He goes, it's embarrassing, Sonny.
It's embarrassing, Sonny.
Joseph Parker gets stopped here. I thought the stoppage was
just about to cut you off before you said it. So talk to me. Was it early?
I thought it was a premature British stoppage. However, maybe due to the weight that you pointed out, I had Joseph Parker winning at the time of the stoppage. Joseph Parker didn't do himself any favor standing there getting whacked around. I would have given him a chance if I'm the referee here. I didn't really see his eyes rolling around in his head, but sometimes it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. And where you're at, motherfuckers be stopping fights early. So you got to know, right? In your head, I got to fight back. I got to show these guys something.
We have a bunch of friends that were or are pro. From the scale of champions, to contenders, to guys who slugged it out on the club scene.
Right.
It's like, can fucking taking a knee be fucking part of discussions in daily training, man? You can't just once a session go, yo, if you get fucking rattled in there, man, use that.
I forgot what fighter it was. Where they said, have you ever trained? It was in an interview. Have you ever trained for being hurt? And he goes, well, no, if you've never been hurt and the first time you get hurt is in a real fight, there's no training for it. You know?
Well, this would be minimally the 7th time this guy was hurt.
Right. But what I'm saying is you got to show the referee something. I mean, It would be
Well, all right, Brendan. So you're saying you agree. Two things you have to do, right? Once you get rocked,
right,
show
but
me something or take a knee and look up to him and say, I'm choosing to take a knee. I'm gathering myself.
well, I mean, it is in England, so who knows? You know what I mean? They would be like, no, that's it, mate.
And just
You know,
waved it off when he
right?
takes the knee.
But
I
you
can't
know,
say you're wrong. I can't say you're wrong. You're really standing feet on land with this though, and you did not text me or say anything about this.
I just want to know if you watched it.
Watch what?
No, that was when I
Oh no
texted
no
you. I
no
said
no no no. What I mean is this specifically. This
I didn't want.
British thing
I wanted to
with the
save it.
England thing.
I wanted
Okay,
to save
got
it for
you.
the
Oh,
show.
I'm glad you did. Okay, all right,
Um,
cool. Um,
I
so give me
I've
a
struggled
scale
with this
here.
for years.
Give me a
That
scale. A 10 is this fucking ref should be packed up. That's the worst stoppage I ever
seven,
saw.
seven. It's pretty bad, but not the worst.
But seven's pretty bad, bro.
It's pretty bad. It's not the worst. I don't think it's fixed. I think the ref.
For the purposes of this argument, okay, we're not talking about what we consider it. For this argument, this was for a WBO belt. You cannot stop a fight. For
Seven's pretty bad, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, worst stoppages I've seen. 10 being
7.5. If we're saying this is for a
yeah,
championship and you're punching a card to fight for the unified lineal heavyweight championship of the world, 4 belts. Lineal. You've been down before. 3 losses. You
yeah,
came back with 3 big wins. In some of the wins, you came back from being knocked down.
right, right. I don't know, man. This is it's a bad stoppage, but it's also bad awareness on Parker's part.
Very bad, in my opinion. This is bad
For a
ring
guy
awareness
with this much
with
experience,
39 pro fights going
he's
in.
fought everybody too.
Good. Everybody is good.
Right.
So, this is your 40th pro fight, and you're on Queer Street or not. You got touched and hurt. 2 steps back before that flurry that really none of them landed, of the flurry that stopped it.
Right.
The one rolled off of him. There,
Yeah,
you gotta take that knee,
and
man.
and Wardley is like wild man in there. There's no technique goes out the window. He's just
No,
punching, but
no.
he's got some stamina. He can obviously crack.
He's got a fucking granite chin.
Yep.
And as wild as he is, his hands are fast.
Right.
His hands are fast. They're all over the place.
They're all over the place. Yeah.
He's only been fighting, not pro, only been fighting for 8 years. He's all over the place.
He's a wild man.
Wrong. Look, guys, he's like basically what people who liked Wilder were saying about him, but he's like Wilder, but like I like him more. Basically, is how I would describe.
Yeah, because he doesn't like scream at the top of his lungs. If Wilder was quiet, we'd let a lot of the other shit go.
Sure, or polite, or a good promo, or a nice guy, or a dick, but a good promo. It's he's just like.
Well, if I was Wilder, I'd be like, yeah, I know I suck. I'm still gonna knock you out.
That's how that would be my promos. Yo, you're ill at me, bro. I'm still gonna pack you up.
I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you.
You're a fucking decorated amateur. I'm gonna fly your head, and I stink.
And I stink at this.
You'd be a fucking.
I'd say, like, imagine dedicating your entire life to a sport that I picked up a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
I'm gonna fly your head, you bozo. And you've been doing this since you were 3, and you have a medal.
You fucking loser.
You lose, and I'm gonna clobber you. And I'm fucking skinny. I'm a twig.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there were so many ways.
And I'm gonna punch your brains out of your ears.
I mean, look, man. Look, Joseph Parker is not even close to being able for us to call him old.
No.
So is this?
I just think it's a lapse in judgment on Parker's part. I do think he was winning, and I think the fight was stopped early, but I don't think he did himself any favors.
Look, 10 rounds had been in the bank. This was the 11th. You don't have to tell me from a piece.
He hurt him in the 10th too, right?
Yes, bad. So Parker, look, it was a firefight for a while. Every time someone landed something big, something big would come back. I had it even through 6.
Okay.
Parker unloaded in the 9th, but Wardley has a fucking beard, like I said. It's good chin. His hands are fast. In the 10th, Parker landed a monster right hand on Wardley's chin, and he just ate it. Then
Ate it.
Wardley came back and hurt Parker.
Hurt him. Yeah.
Something real.
I think that 10 carryover from the
I
referee,
do too.
and I think he hopped in kind of quick.
I have something I picked up on that's very weird. It's a note that I made, and I wanted to make sure I got it out on the air in case we see it later on. Win,
Okay.
lose, or draw against big. Wardley does something that's very Bernard, Benny Briscoe, Philly crafty, especially for a young kid that's only been fighting 8 years.
Okay.
When the ref gets in there for a break, right, and is stepping out, Brandon, he guides the ref in the way again to buy himself 2
A
or
little
3
time.
seconds. So those 3 seconds are monstrous in this
Sure.
sport.
Get another
He
breath.
guides him with his hand, and I don't even mean a push. It's like this, when you kind of are touching your wife B to lead her into the restaurant, but you're not like pushing at all. You're just
You
it's
mean like
like
when I grab her by her hair and I'm like, you fucking
sure,
eat
but
this
I'm
steak.
talking about normal humans. Like
Yeah.
there's this guide thing, maybe a host will do
Yeah,
it
no,
or something.
I push her lower back
He does that and he buys himself
off a
more
cliff
time to regather and
into traffic.
and to set up to set so that because everything's so wrong and bad from in the first place that he's probably going to be squared up if he just
Yeah.
clean break. So he sets and then he buys 2 or 3 seconds by doing that. Now, I'm curious to see if he continues to do it, which I think he will, or if a certain maniac ref is going to be like, "You fucking touch me again, you're getting fucking deducted a point." Stop! I know what you're fucking
Like
doing.
Arthur McCanty Jr. turns around like,
Yes,
I'll fucking cut you.
yeah, because Arthur McCandy Jr. was a menace on Long Island.
That's
Like
what I'm
as a
saying. He's like,
kid.
I'll
Yeah.
cut you. I'll cut you.
Well, like you've seen guys, like really smart guys that are leaking. They'll fucking wipe their fucking eye off on the ref's shoulder to
Yeah, it's
break because it's
gross.
just crafty old school shit. Yeah, I would never expect this from a guy that's not schooled. A kid that you go, oh, has been in the gym.
He's
Since
got
I
a
was
big
3."
ass head,
He
Fabio
does,
Wardley.
and you can land, but his chin is fucking. Look, I'm not saying Parker is, you know, Sonny Liston as far as a puncher.
Yeah.
But a heavyweight who lands a short 6-inch chopping right on the pointy of chin and you eat it, I think you got to say the kid's got a chin.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say so.
I just look, yeah, I just find that to be smart what Wardley does on that break. Parker was also cut in the 11th. I think that's what made look, Wardley smelled blood.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped on him. He started letting his shit fly, like you said, recklessly, poured it on. Why Joseph Parker didn't punch with him while he was doing that? Was he that hurt, Brendan? Well, then that would contradict how hurt
Yeah.
we think he was. Then you got to go,
Right.
well, then it was a good stoppage then. And if he wasn't that hurt, then he should have punched with him. Look, my note to was it a bit early? My note was, I don't know. I watched it the next day and then today, and I was like, that was early. When it happened, which is what the ref is doing, I said, I don't know.
I think a little early. It was too early. It's a bad stoppage.
A 7 is a bad stoppage.
It's a really bad stoppage. It's a really bad stoppage. It's a
Is
really bad
there any
stoppage.
way anyone involved has the power to say, look, a lot of people had Parker up at the time of the stoppage.
I did.
After 8, I still had it even.
Okay.
So, bro, I basically had it even when the shit was stopped with like whoever wins these rounds, and
Is
Wardley
winning.
started putting shit together, regardless of the fact that it's messy.
Right.
There have been
Doesn't matter. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
It's effective because he hits hard as fuck. And
You know,
his
you know, he
hands.
looks like the Thing from Fantastic Four. He looks like the Thing.
He does. And you
A
know who
big
he
fucking
reminds me
blockhead.
of? You know who he reminds me of? Who had
Oh,
fast hands? There was a white Corey Sanders who passed away, got murdered, and a
oh,
black Corey Sanders.
South African Corey Sanders. Yeah.
He reminds me of Corey Sanders.
Corrie
E.
Sanders.
Yo, he had really fast hands. Do you remember that? How
Fuck
fast
yeah.
his hands were?
He pieced
And
up Vlad.
had Vlad on Queer Street.
Beat the shit out of
Beat
Vlad.
the dog shit out of him. So Big Bro had to come back and get his lick back.
That's what
He
I'm
never
saying.
even got it.
No, I know he didn't.
I think he was murdered, bro. Like
He
trying to
was at a
help
birthday
someone.
party, at his daughter's birthday
He
party.
was trying to help someone, wasn't he? Or break something up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Fabio Wardley reminds me of Corey Sanders in a variety of ways, meaning you're not like, holy shit, this guy is fucking fighting out there like a heavyweight, but he looks like Sugar Ray Robinson. It's just like fast hands, and when he touches you, it hurts. And dude, I think he might be like a fucking, I think he might be like a player, but I don't mean like a beat a Usyk player, but a guy that like might beat all those other guys, or give them
Right.
all a fight,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
give
yeah.
them all a fight. You know, I mean, does Usyk fight him, bro? Forget the stuff that you're supposed to do. Like, is
Yes.
that so? Because of how many times he's fought in the UK, he goes there, and you know, Pacquiao was the Mexicutioner. This guy is the beheader of the UK guys. He's got a mantle of really good, some Hall of Fame UK guys.
If he's got half of what he should have left, if he's got half of his skill left, he beats Fabio Wardley badly.
I think so. Usyk at 10. I think Usyk at 6.5, 7 beats everyone in the top 10 at heavyweight.
Agreed.
So who we have there, Brendan? Do you think Fabio Wardley? You would rather not? You think next is Fabio Wardley over a third fight with Fury? I guess Joseph Parker was probably who he said in his head. That's why I'm going to fight, because Parker's going to win.
Yeah.
So that he upset the apple cart. On top of that, I think Adji Kabayel is the best person. If we're just going
right, but I don't think
our
that.
head. Who's no, agreed. And he's fighting in January anyway.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
not
Wardley.
Happening.
That
Joshua
doesn't deserve it.
Hrgovic, Zhang, Bakoli, F.A. Ajagba. I don't think there's
It's not going to be
anywhere else you go.
AJ. Yeah, no, this is it. I think
This is it.
this is it.
Adji Kabayel is the best fight, in my opinion. He's the most skilled heavyweight, in my opinion, after Usyk. And I'm not saying it's close. I'm just saying he does everything well. His hands are fucking fast. He's
Facts.
really good. He's agile.
I think it's going to be Wardley.
Oh, no. I'm just like adding to the show.
Okay.
Wardley's fighting in February, and then he'll probably go, yeah, I'll wait that out because he has an interim. So Usyk might go, yeah, I'll fight those two next, and then I'm 41.
Right. And I
beat everybody
Rec
else.
Center.
You look at who I just named, right?
Yep.
He either beat them or they're not on his level. If you go, everyone except Adji Kabayel and Wardley are both undefeated guns. Tyson Fury, 3, is probably the biggest bag there. And now, I don't know if you know, he switched back again.
I'm coming back, or
no,
I
I'm not. He said I'm coming back last episode.
Okay.
And my news
now
was,
he's not.
Frank Warren said he's definitely coming back in 2026. After this fight, when they were there, of course, he gets interviewed again because you give the best promo in the sport, the mic.
Right.
Like, we don't understand the Malik Scott thing. Fury's a good promo, love him or hate him. It's clicks.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and then he says something really fucking good, and it brings you back. The thing he did for Ricky Hatton was it was one of our hold opens. It was really kind of him, and he said, "Yo, I was a kid when you beat Kashizu. I was there.
Right.
You a lot of people are champions and fighters because of you. Me being one of them. I'll see you soon, Rick." Like, really nice, classy thing to say. And then he does some buffoon shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, pack him up. Pack you up unless you're gonna do something, man.
Right.
I'm retired. I'm not retired. I'm gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna fight that guy. Make a fight with AJ, man, or don't. That's what they
I
want
like
over
that fight.
there. I
That's what I
do
want.
too. I do too. So if AJ gets a soft touch in December on an undercard, and Fury does come back the first quarter,
Right. Make it.
make it. Just do it. You're working together, him and Frank. Brendan, I think is correct. I think we get I think in March or April, we get Alexander Usyk, Fabio Wardley in the UK. Is there something I should know this because I'm a mark for the UK? I love it there. I love the culture. I love the people. We have to ask our friend Adam. I don't know that this does 80, 100K, but I think
don't-
it's too big for the O2 as well. Like, is there an in between? Is there is the where is Fabio Wardley? Ipswich. I think that's like 30,000,
Yeah, I don't
maybe.
know.
I think that venue's like 30,000, babe. That would be huge. Do
Yeah,
30 or
agreed.
30K at a footy place.
I
Adam, can you let
yeah.
one of us know? Is there like venues you guys are thinking about that? Um, I think at Ipswich, tell me how wrong I am, Adam. I think that holds like 30,000, maybe 32. Wasn't that
I'm
where
gonna look it up
Justice
now.
Hooney, Fabio Wardley was? Where Ipswich plays? I'd like to know if
Really.
there's if it's
Portman Road
and is
is
there
a
a cap?
football stadium in Ipswich, and it holds 30,000.
Okay, so yeah,
Look at you,
yeah. Let's go. Let's do it there in March.
Fabio Wardley.
You good with that, B? March.
Sure. Yeah,
Then
I'm
in
fine with that.
then okay, and then in the in the fall 2026, Adja Kabayel, Alexander Usyk,
I'll take it.
right off into the sunset after that.
That's it. All right.
Where can they find you, my brother?
At the Killer B24 on Twitter, at I_know_that_kid on IG. Write us at KEOTBboxing at gmail.com. Find us at KOTBboxing on IG. KOTB podcast on YouTube, where if you tune into YouTube, you'll see a devil at the beginning of the show. Vinny?
Guys, there is some there is a few Southpaw Cannon box cutter Pazzi action figures. So cop them at JMT store as they are on their way out. With the sneakers, they're selling great. The thing was, some people were having some issues because, along with the price of the sneakers, because we did them ourselves, it's our line. They were expensive to make. We took some money off because of shipping, because the added shipping. Some of you guys were like, "Yo, I want these, but this is killing me. This extra bit of money." JMTstore.com. Along the
They'll work with you. See that over at jmtstore.com? They're good people.
The Hidden Temple Project is unreleased joints, freestyle, stuff like that. You get one joint a month. At the end of 12 months, we're pressing up white label vinyl. I'm going to sign them all. Jump on that, jmtstore.com. New videos that are out. Head of David, go run that up on YouTube. Go run up Perfect Enemy, jmtstore.com for the Knock 'em Out the Box t-shirts. At Box Cutter Pazzi on Instagram, at Vinnie_Paz on Twitter. Irish Billy, where can they find you? Because you're going to be betting later this week.
Billy_Bindlesticks on Instagram.
Say goodnight to the people, Billy.
Good night, Billy.